Hey everyone, hope you're okay. We're going to run through about a half an hour class today, just a quick workout. Please follow any modifications if you have any back pain, any problems in hips, backs, etc. Please don't do this if you've got any chronic back pain, and keep yourself safe throughout the exercises. So I'm going to start with a cushion, just allow the back ribs to drop down, relax the back of my neck, etc. So if you can place that there, I'm just going to move that block out of the way. You can always have two cushions if you really need it. So to start by lying down on your left and then rolling onto your back. And we're going to start with the right leg out in front of you and the left foot on the floor, and the arms are relaxed to the side. Pressing down into the left foot, lift the hip. And I'm checking that when I lift my left hip, the right hip is rolling slightly out to the right. As is my right leg, I can feel it rolling. My left knee is reaching forwards, and I can feel the whole of my left foot. So I'm not rolling in and lifting the little toe off the floor, nor am I bringing my knee in towards my right leg. It's going straight out in front of me. So add some arm movements, twisting the arms, maybe adding the head movement. A little bit of rotation in the arms, in the shoulders. And then you can add in a left arm going overhead as the left leg reaches forwards. Bring the arm back down. And again, really finding some length. Not too much of an arch in the back when you do this. Last one. Out breath, take it back. Bring it down. Place the arms down, place the right foot on the floor. Same thing, left leg out, palms face down, lift the right hip, lower the right hip. So you can see there's no crease at the front of my right thigh. If I was dropping my knee in, I'd get a crease at the top of the thigh. Okay, so it's a knee forwards. Whole of the foot on the floor, big toe, little toe, heel. Add the arms in, out, palms in, palms up, ribs are dropping back, knees reaching forwards. Then we can add the right arm. So on the next one, the knee goes forwards, the right arm goes back, bring it back down and back. Just watch if you've got any shoulder issues going on. Last one, that you don't go too far back with the arm. Arms down by the side, feet on the floor. And we're going to take your block away from you now as we move straight into your bridging exercise. Okay, so watch that you haven't got your heels too close to your bottom, because that can affect your knee joints. Okay, go slightly wider if you need to. Breath in, tip the pelvis, lift the sit bones, feel those sit bones reach up towards the back of the knees. Knees are going one way, breastbones moving in the other direction. So you're getting that long length across the front of the body. Take a breath in, and then hopefully you can see the back of my rib cage is going to come down, in through my lower back. Then the tailbone comes down last. Breath in, tailbone lifts up. You could have your arms reaching up towards the ceiling. I quite like doing that sometimes if I'm feeling a bit tight in my thoracics, because it just allows the shoulder blades to open up a bit more. Okay, it's up to you. You could maybe have some hand weights there and reaching those arms up towards the ceiling. Last one, press into the feet, lift those hips up. Now give me a little zigzag with the hips. Okay, drop the right hip, drop the left hip. But I'm not feeling that my knees are swaying side to side. I'm keeping my knee and my foot in alignment. I'm really grounding that lower leg into the floor. I can feel the weight bearing from my knee to my foot, both sides evenly. I'm going to slowly start to wiggle myself down until I come to the base of my rib cage. Okay, when I get to the base of my ribs, I stop and straighten everything up, because we don't want to start rotating the lumbar. It doesn't like it. Okay, so tailbone starts to come down. Once the lumbar has released, breathe in and do that again. So arms up. Give me a little twist side to side. In breath. Out breath. Knees are pointing forwards, rotating as we go, and then we drop, 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 come to the base of the rib cage, lumbar straight, pelvis straight, roll back down. Excellent. Now you might need a block underneath your head for this one. We're going into some femur arcs first. I'm just going to place my hands on my pelvic bones. So I don't want any dropping on my pelvis. Ribs are dropping back. Breathe in, float the leg. Breathe out, replace the leg. So if this is your easy level, so if you want to come straight up to the second level, which is both legs up at 90 degrees, come to there now. So the 90 degrees is at the hip. So it's a toe tap down with one, up. Down with the second, up. We're going for 8, 6 more. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Just make sure your back isn't arching. Use a block underneath your head. Last one here, and then place the foot down, and then the second foot's going down. Right, let's move straight into your chest lift. Those that have neck issues, can you go into leg reaches, leg slides instead? Do not do this next exercise. Link the fingers together, place the hands around the back of the skull, picking the elbows up off the floor and the shoulder blades. Now the reason we need to do that is we need to separate those shoulder blades. So if your elbows are down, the shoulder blades pinch together and the spine can't actually flex forwards. That's why those elbows need to be off the floor. Breath in, tailbone heavy. Slide those front ribs down towards the pelvis. Hold the contraction, breathe in. Lower back down. Remember, if this hurts your neck, you shouldn't be lifting your head. You should be just reaching those legs out. Breath out. Second level, in breath. Hold those legs, pull up higher. Take both hands back to your head, then lower down. Curl and breathe out. Reach, pull up higher, hands to the head, breathe out lower. Now if you come to my classes and you know the level where you start to curl up and straighten one leg out, then the second leg out, and then you bring the one leg back in, the second leg in, you could add that in. Reach, curl to the head, down slow. Last one. Reach, hold, pull up higher, hands to the head, breathe out lower, and then put your head back on your cushion or block, whichever you might have there if you need it. Left leg up, right hand behind the back of the left leg, left hand goes onto the shin, and we hold the leg steady and the spine steady as we stretch the right leg out. Now push your hands into your, or leg into your, both your hands, and float the right leg. If you're going to the next level, curl all the way up so your head and shoulders are off the floor. So if I let go of the leg, I'm going to stay in that position. Okay, so I'll just do a few like this. Can you see I've got my hand underneath the back of my leg, the right hand's on the shin, just to keep the height. Change over, in breath, change over, out breath, or the head stays down. You do exactly the same movement. Or you have the hands along the front of the shin, both of them, and you feel like you're pushing your shin up into your hand. Be careful you don't just do this, dropping up and down. Keep the control. Feel those lower abs holding you up there. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knees to chest. Lower down, give yourself a little rock. Place the feet down one at a time, and then arms to the side. Just watch my upper arm. I'm going to rotate from my elbow down to my wrist, palm up and down. Okay? Now do that on the other side. So I'm trying not to move my upper arm. You might feel some of the muscles working. Now both together, twist and down, just the lower arm from the elbow down. Good. Now bring both arms up towards the ceiling. Now add that slight twist to the arms as you come around and then back up. Okay, ribs are dropping back. Next level would be legs raised. And then your third level would be legs going out, arms going back. If you feel your back is arching, don't do this exercise. Maybe need a bit more support from underneath your head and shoulders. And then adding the fourth level, which is double leg stretch, reaching the arms, reaching the legs. bring it back in, last one this way. Now change direction. Remember, this is a higher level, you shouldn't be doing that. If you've got back pain, you can probably go to this one, or chronic back pain, feet should be remaining on the floor. Or if you've got chronic back pain, you probably really shouldn't be doing this class anyway. Okay, so seek some advice. Last one. And then draw those knees back into the chest and gently rock it side to side. Okay, one foot down, second foot down, and then roll yourself over to one side to sit up. Right, we're going to move into using maybe a band, maybe not. See how you feel. Okay, so we've got the band. I'm just going to move my mat over a little bit more. Okay, so you can see in the camera. Right, you don't have to use a band. If you have a bathrobe cord, something like that, you could use that instead. So place it across the ball of the foot and the toes. And can you see how short I have the band? It's kind of in line with the middle of my calf. I'm sitting up really tall. The other version you could do this a little easier would be not to have the band at all and have the hands underneath the thighs, or you could keep the band here. Tuck the tailbone under, just gives your back a little bit more support, and then tip and come back up. So it's in breath, tailbone under, feel those back ribs dropping, front ribs pulling into the back ribs. Okay, that's where you need that contraction to happen. Okay, and the pelvis needs to be tilting. You can start to straighten out the legs maybe. Notice how I'm keeping my elbows straight all the way through this exercise. If I'm coming back up and I'm bending my elbows, I'm actually just using my arms and my shoulders will probably shoot up. Okay, so if you remember, just try and keep those arms as straight as you can. Now on the next level, we're going to add on, so you might want to just stay with that. Okay, hold it back here with hand weights. If you haven't got a band, pull wide. 1, 2, 3, 4. Straighten the arms and sit back up. Now we tuck under and hold, and now we rotate 4 to the left. 1. Right arm over the top of the left knee. Right knee, sorry. 3, 4, as I turn away, we'll do the other side straight away. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm trying to pull that right shoulder blade down the rib cage. Sit back up. You might want to lengthen it a bit more for this one. This is a bit more advanced, so go back to maybe tucking under and back up if you're feeling a bit tight. Maybe have a rest. So arms out straight, tuck under, hold. Go wide. 1, 2, pelvis level, shoulders level. 3, last one. 4 and hold. Bring it back and sit back up as you take that band away and lose that band. Okay. Right, we're going to be lying. Actually, no, we'll just stay sitting up. Actually, we'll do the next part seated. Right, so sitting up nice and tall. Let's start with the knees bent with the hands underneath the thighs. With the hands clasped together around the back of the skull. Elbows in, push the back of the skull into your hands, breathe in, and then push your tailbone and your sit bones down into the floor as we curl the spine forwards. Notice where my elbows are sitting. They're pretty much in line so I can see them in my peripheral vision. And then restack the spine back onto the pelvis. Breathe in. Curl over, draw those ribs up and in towards the spine, and come back up to sit. Now I'm going to add on straight arms. So when you sit back up this time, let go of the head, let the arms come forwards, and just notice it's not a reach of the arms, it's the same movement. We flex forwards, the arms just come with you, and you come back up. And you breathe out, and I'm pulling the rib cage backwards as my breastbone moves forwards and up. Now the next level is straight legs. If your hamstrings are a bit tight, you might not want to do this exercise. Okay, so my ribs are going this way. Even though I'm going forwards, sounds nuts, but bring those ribs backwards into the spine as your breastbone moves forwards. 2 more like that. Out breath forwards. Last one. Now sitting up, arms wide. Let's go into your spine rotation. Keep those legs really heavy. Back to center, twisting to the other side. Yes, you can bend those knees if you wish to. Try and turn the palms up. Okay, now try and turn the palms down. It's a little bit harder. Okay, so I'm going to stay with my palms up for this one as we rotate back to the right. Pump 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Back to center, round to the left. Pump 1, 2, 3, and center. Again, 1, 2, 3, center to the left. 1, 2, 3. Hold it here for saw. Right hand reaches towards the little toe to saw it away. Come back up. Sit back to center. Twist to the right. Little finger on the left hand reaches towards the right toe. Come back up to center. Twist to the center. Then turn and reach across. Back up to the right. Across. Center. 1 more each time. To the left. To the right. Back to center. Scoop up those legs and hold underneath the back of the thighs. Now we're going to start by lying on your left hand side with at least 1 cushion, or you could have your arm underneath you for just some side kick, etc. Just doing some side series. Okay, so just move up a bit. So straight legs. Remember, as always, you can see I'm in that already lifted rib cage, so my obliques have already kicked in. I can feel as I press them. If my weight is dropped, the muscles will relax. The top hip is pushed away, the top leg is lifted, the shoulders are stacked, the front ribs are into back ribs. So kick the top leg forwards, point the toes, kick the top leg back. What I don't want is the whole body swaying back and forth and losing control. Okay, so you've got to control this with those abs. More about, not just the abs actually, it's about the back muscles here too. Okay, so forwards, backwards, we'll do 1 more, do 6. In breath, out breath, hold it there. Side lift, 1, 2, 3. Now point your toes and do 3 more. 1, 2, 3, hold it there. Side tap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and legs back together. Hand in front of you, bend the knees, or hand here, push yourself up to sit, and I'm straight into the mermaid position. Okay, you could have a roll or a ball on that side, and you could push the roller or ball away from you. Okay, so right hand on the floor, just checking you're not pushing those ribs out, you're sitting nice and tall. Just 1 little tip, if you're sitting with your right butt cheek up and you can't put it down on the floor, make sure you're sitting on a block underneath you, because it will lift your hips up a bit more. The other thing you can do, if it's uncomfortable on your knees and your hips, you have any issues there, particularly hip rotation, if you've had a hip replacement, you want to sit with your legs like this instead, please. Okay, so I'm going to stay like this, but you stay with your legs in front if you need to. Right hand down, left arm up. Relax the right shoulder. Open the left side of the rib cage, head back, breathe in. Left arm comes back down. Up, over, feel the length, bring it back. So I'm just watching those front ribs aren't popping forwards. Last one, up and over. Center. Now we're switching everything to that right side. So take your blocks and your cushions to the right hand side of the mat. Now we're going to go back into your side kick, side lift, etc. Okay, so bottom arm underneath you, head blocks in place, Remember to bend the bottom leg if you need to. Hand on the hip. I've already lifted those ribs up underneath me. And then if you need to, you can make it harder, bringing that bottom leg off the floor. So keep the body in control. Forwards, breath out, back. In, breath forwards, breath out, back. 3 more. In, out. And hold it here, side lift. 1, 2, 3, not too high. If you're lifting it high, you're not actually engaging the glutes, you're just using the IT band or the quads. Last one, hold it, toe tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bring the legs back together and lower. Bend the knees, hand and push up, side on for your mermaid. So sitting with your right leg bent in front of you or your left leg behind to the left. You'll block again, or your legs are out in front of you to get those hips to relax. Okay? So left hand on the floor. Again, you could use a hand weight or anything you wish, or a roller on that left side. Open out the right side of the rib cage. Now I've got a little bit of scoliosis going on in my back, so I find this side a little bit harder to bend into. I just have to take my time. And over. Good, it will go, but just don't force it. Last one. Over, reach long, bring it back to center, place the arm back down. Now we're going to be lying onto our stomachs, head face down into the floor. So if it is a hot day, you might not want to do this one for very long. Okay, so let's roll over onto your stomach. Okay, you're going to have your hands in your swan position with your forehead resting down on the mat. I don't want the hands too far forward. Can you see the difference between my elbows here and my elbows there? I look like a little grasshopper with them pointing up to the ceiling. So my pelvic bones are going to press into the floor, not just the pubic bone. Deep breath in, and then just push the heel of the hand forwards and float the chest up, and then come back down. You might want to play around with the elbow position. Okay, press the elbows down to the floor first before you get that little lift. Weight into the thigh bones so you don't go into the lumbar. If you feel that in the lumbar, it's probably coming up too high and trying to extend from your lumbar and not from your thoracics. Okay, so you want to make sure you're feeling it in the correct place. And then back down. 2 more. Press into the heel of the hands, float the chest. Push the elbows down into the floor. Last one. Push the elbows. Lift the breastbone forwards. You could make it harder by coming up. I'm going to keep that fairly low level. Okay, forehead resting down. Arms are down by your side. Take a breath in. Let the shoulder rows roll back. Turn the palms down to the floor. Lift the chest. Breathe in. Thigh bones heavy. And then rotate those arms back and lower the head and the arms. Take the palms, turn to the floor. Encourage the shoulder blades to come towards each other. Lift the head and chest, reach the arms back, come back down. Lift up again. Rotate, hold it here. Bring the arms in and out. And in and out, like a window wiper. And 4. And 3, and 2, last one, arms straight, down and hold, breathe in, lift up, hold into your dart, nice long neck, pump those arms, beating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in 2, 3, 4, 5, keep going. If you feel this is too much with the extension, can you put your head down and just pump those arms instead? Okay, keep going if you can, lifting the chest. Good. Thigh bones pressing into the floor. Last 10. And hold it there. Lower down. Rest the head on one side. Place one hand underneath the shoulder. Second hand underneath the shoulder. push yourself back into child's pose. If you have any knee issues, can you come and lie on your back for me? Bring the arms underneath you and your forehead resting down on the arms. Let's hold that stretch. Whew. Well done. Hands on the mat. Bring yourself up and take a seat for a moment. Good, well done. So it's quite a quick workout, that one. A little bit faster pace. I know sometimes you don't always have a huge amount of time to complete a 30-45 minute class in between that time. So just a quick one. So you can always revert back to that one if you need it. Remember, please be safe when you're doing the exercises. Don't do anything that's going to hurt your back, please. Okay, lovely to see you all, and I will see you very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.